Hi children, welcome back to our first chapter, Matter in Our Surroundings. Last classes we have seen that characteristics of liquids, solid states and liquid states. Today we are going to see the characteristics of gaseous state. Already that properties we have seen, and for the gases what will be those properties that we can see. Okay, characteristics of gaseous state. First property, if you are talking about that shape, gases do not have any shape, isn't it? They are normally taking in a vessel, but they do not possess any shape. So, no definite shape. Then if you are talking about boundaries, they do not have any boundaries. They will fill completely the vessel in which they are taking. In a vessel or in a cylinder, wherever it is taking, it will fill completely inside that. So, there is no definite boundaries. And if you talk about that volume, they do not have any particular volume also. Gases are occupying the space in which they are kept, but they do not have a fixed volume, no fixed volume. Then if we are seeing that next characteristic of gaseous state, last class we have seen that arrangement of particles in all the three different states. That in the gaseous state, the particles are arranged with the maximum space in between them. So, space in between the gaseous particles are maximum there. So, interparticle space is maximum. Interparticle or intermolecular space is maximum when we compare with the spaces there in the solids and liquids. Solids closely pack the particles, so no space, and liquids space is there in between the particle, but when we consider the gaseous particles, there the space is maximum. As the space is maximum, the force of attraction is minimum. Compared to all other two states, the force of attraction between the gaseous particles are minimum. Minimum or less, we can say either it is less compared to the solids and liquids, or we can say it is minimum. Okay. So, intermolecular space is maximum, the force of attraction is minimum there, and as the force as the interparticle distance is maximum there, what about the movement of particles? Particles can move freely, easily from one place to another. So, when we consider the kinetic energy, what about the kinetic energy of gaseous particles? Their movement is maximum. So, definitely the kinetic energy will be high. They have high kinetic energy. If we consider the gaseous particles, maximum space is there for movement and force of attraction is also less there. So, the kinetic energy will be very high compared to solids and liquids. Okay. Then if we are considering that packing of the particles in this gaseous state, the particles are not closely packed. Okay, very loosely packed. The particles are loosely packed. Loosely packed. Particles are, what about the packing of particles there? They are loosely packed. Okay, and if we consider loosely packed, if we consider that fluidity in the case of gases, they can very easily flow from one place to another. Right? Yes, of course, we have seen in that particles, if you are taking that gas in a chamber, definitely it will reach all the corners of that chamber. So, movement is maximum there, and that fluidity is more there compared to the liquids. We have seen the liquids can flow, they can move from one place to another. Here the space is maximum for the gaseous particles, so fluidity is maximum. Fluidity maximum. Maximum or high, we can tell it maximum or high. Then if we are talking about diffusion, we have seen there is particles can intermix by their own, whatever may be the state, whether it is solid state, liquid state or gaseous state, whatever may be the state, they can intermix each other without any force of attraction. That is known as actually diffusion. And we have seen that gases can diffuse. How can we tell that gases can diffuse? Because that when we talk about the characteristics of matter particle, there we have seen that if your mother is cooking the food in the kitchen and you are sitting in front of the house, within minutes you will be getting that that smell in your nose, isn't it? That is because the particles of aroma means smell. Particles of aroma will be intermixing with the particles of gases, and they will be moving from one place to another, and if the temperature is high, we have seen that a diffusion rate will be more there. So, if the food is cooking, the temperature will be high. So, diffusion is happening there and the rate of diffusion will be more there, and in the case of gases, diffusion is high. So, high rate of diffusion is there in between the gaseous particles. We have seen here particles of aroma is mixing with the particles of the air or particles of oxygen or whatever, but that particles present in the atmosphere, it will be mixing and reaching there in your nose. That is why you are getting the smell, right? Then we can see if the force of attraction is, in the case of gases, the force of attraction is very less, as the space in between the particles are very high. Maximum space is there in between the particle and force of attraction is very less. So, if we are applying any force there or pressure there, definitely we can compress it. While compressing or when we apply pressure, at that time what is happening? The particles are being held close together. They are coming close to each other by the application of pressure, and that will be converted into liquid state. From the gaseous state, it will be converted into the liquid state when we apply pressure there. Okay, so compressibility is maximum there in the case of gases. maximum compressibility. So, these are the characteristics of gaseous particles. We have seen that gaseous particles, gases do not possess any particular shape there. We have seen the gases have no definite shape, no definite boundaries and no fixed volume there, and their interparticular or intermolecular space is very high there, maximum there, and force of attraction is minimum there. As the force of attraction is minimum there, the kinetic energy for the gaseous particles will be very high, and if you are considering the packing there, it will be loosely packed. And if you consider the fluidity, that nature, how can it flow from one place to another? Definitely it can flow from one place to another, but that fluidity is maximum in the case of gases. And then if we consider the diffusion, gas to gas diffusion is maximum high there, because more space is there, so diffusion is possible, maximum possible there. And if the space is there, maximum space is there in between the particles, their compressibility is also maximum. We can easily compress the gases, and when compressing that gases, it will be converted into liquid state. So, these are the characteristics of gaseous state. Now, if I am telling about that high compressibility, because of that high compressibility, this a high volume of a large volume of gases can be compressed into a small volume. It can be compressed into a small space. For example, if you are considering here the entire room is filled with the air, and in that air oxygen is there. So, that complete oxygen is there in that complete room, that full space is covered with that air. But if you are compressing into a liquid, if after applying pressure we can compress and it will be converted into liquid state, at that time that will be converted into, it will be occupying a very small volume only. If it is liquid, it will occupy only a small space. That is why in the case of liquefied petroleum gas, compressed natural gas, and also that oxygen cylinders we are using in the hospitals and all, a large amount of oxygen can be compressed into a small volume in the liquid form. It can store and transport easily there in that small volume. So, that property we can make use of storing and transporting these type of materials such as liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, that is kept in cylinders. And when it is compressed into, the gas is compressed into liquid state and is kept easy to transport and store this LPG there in the cylinders, and that is the case of oxygen also in the case of hospitals and all. Okay. And one more thing, if you want to tell that gaseous particles have maximum mobility there, they can move intermolecular space is maximum there, that the kinetic energy also will be maximum there. If they are moving in a particular, suppose that gaseous particles are taken in a vessel there, they will be moving randomly there. Okay, the movement will be maximum because of high kinetic energy, and during that movement this particle will be hitting each other. Particles of gases will be hitting each other and also with the walls of the container. They will hit with the walls of the container, and unit area, the force is applied at the, a force is applied there per unit area. So, we can say that a pressure is exerted there. So, whenever these gas molecules are moving in a vessel, definitely they will collide each other and also with the walls of the container, and we can say that they gaseous particles will collide each other and also with the walls of the container, and they exert a pressure on the walls of the container in which they are taking. If it is taken in a vessel, definitely that sides of the vessel will be experiencing a pressure there because of the random movement of the gaseous particles. Okay, so these are the characteristics of solid state. Now, we can compare the characteristics of all the three states, solid state, liquid state and gaseous state, and we can tabulate and write in a table form, and that is known as tabulate. Okay, now we can see. Tabulate the differences between the three states of matter with respect to their characteristics. So, first we can see that property, and each property, what is the change for solids, liquids and gases, we can see that. If we consider first property, that is shape. If we consider the shape, what about the shape of the solids? Definite shape is there. Yes, definite shape. Then liquids, not definite shape, they will take the shape of the container. So, not definite shape. Not definite shape. Here also, no definite shape. Okay. So, if we consider the next property one by one, we can consider all the properties for all the three states of matter there. And then if we consider the volume there, what about the volume of solids? Solids have a definite volume there. Okay. So, they have definite volume. Right. Then what about the liquids? They also have definite volume. Then what about the gaseous state? They do not possess definite volume. So, no definite volume. No definite volume. Okay. Then if we consider the boundaries there, what about the boundaries of solid state? Solids have a definite boundary, isn't it? Yes, solids have a definite boundary. Then liquids, do they have definite boundary there? They don't have any definite boundary, and gaseous particles also do not possess definite boundary. So, here no definite boundaries, and here also no definite boundaries. Okay. Then if we consider the packing of particles in all the three states, what will be the difference? Packing of particles. Okay. So, they are tightly packed. Here in the case of solids, it is tightly packed, and here it is loosely packed, and here it is very loosely packed. So, in this case solids, they don't have any space in between the particles, and liquids, they will have some spaces in between the particles, and in gases they will have maximum space in between the particles. Then if we consider the next point, property, what about that intermolecular space? Intermolecular space. If we consider the intermolecular space of in the case of solid state, intermolecular space is less. It is more there in the case of liquids, and it is high there in the case of gases. As the intermolecular spaces depends upon the force of attraction, depends on the intermolecular force, and so we can say that force of attraction in case of solid, It will be high. High force of attraction is there in between the solid particles because they are very tightly packed. And in case of liquids, less force of attraction, and in the case of gases, very low. It is very low, very less. Okay. So, if we are considering that particle intermolecular force of attraction between the particle, this in case of gases it will be very less. Okay. Then if you consider the compressibility of the gases, the solids and liquids and gases there, we can see the difference between the compressibility. Okay. Solids negligibly compressible. We have seen that. So, negligible compressibility is negligible. And it is in the case of liquids, we can compress it more. Okay. More compressibility is there for the liquids. And for gases, high compressibility is there. Okay. Then if you are talking about that kinetic energy, what about the kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is very less there in solid state, as the particles cannot move there, and it is more there in the case of liquids. Movement is possible there, and it is high in the case of gases because maximum movement is possible in gaseous particles. And then if we consider next property, that is rigidity, that is initially I have said that rigidity we will consider only for the solids, and for liquids and gases we will consider the fluidity. So, only for solids we will be filling that column rigidity. Rigidity is high for the solids, and in the case of liquids and gases we will not consider that property, and in the case of liquids and gases there we will write the property fluidity. That is only meant for the gases and liquids. So, here we will draw a line there, not applicable there, and fluids, fluidity is there, more fluidity is there, and in the case of gases, high fluidity is there. Gases can flow easily. Okay. And then if we consider the next property, that is density. What about the density of solids and liquids and gases? Density. If we consider the density of solids, solids have high density, isn't it? Their density is high there. And when we consider the densities of liquids, it is low there. And if we consider the density of gases, negligible there. So, negligible density is there. And then if you talk about that diffusion, rate of diffusion, that also we can tabulate in the case of this all the three states. If you talk about diffusion, diffusion is less in the case of solids, more in the case of liquids, and high is there in the case of gases. Okay. Then filling in a gas container. If you consider filling a gas container, that particular thing, if you are taking filling a gas container, if we are trying to fill that gas container, in that gas container the solids will not fill. Okay, do not fill the container completely. Filling, if you are taking that filling property of all the three different states, filling property of all the three different states, there we are considering solids. They do not fill. They do not fill the container completely. Do not fill the container completely. Container completely. Okay, and in the case of liquids, they will fill the container, but there is also do not fill the container completely. The liquids also do not fill the container completely. But in the case of gases, they will completely fill the container. They will completely fill the container. So, these are the difference in the characteristics of all the three states of matter. When we consider solids, liquids and different properties, we can see the differences there. If we are considering all the different characteristics of we can see solids do not possess definite shape, solids possess definite shape, liquids and gases not definite shape, and in case volume, solids and liquids have definite volume, whereas gases do not possess a definite volume. Boundaries, solids have a definite boundary, gases and liquids no definite boundaries. And if we are talking about packing of the particles, solids tightly packed, liquids loosely and gases very loosely packed. Intermolecular space in between the solid particles are less there and liquids more, and gases it is high there. And if you are talking about a kinetic force of attraction, that is high in the case of solids, less in the case of liquids and very less in the case of gases. And if we are talking about kinetic energy, that is less there for the solid state and more for liquids and gases it is high there. And if you talk about the compressibility, solids are negligibly compressible, liquids we can compress it and gases are highly compressible. And if you are talking about the rigidity, only for solids that will be high rigidity. And fluidity, liquids are fluid, liquids and gases together known as fluid, and that rate of fluidity will be more there in the case of liquids, and it is even more there in the case of gases. Then density, for solid density is very high and liquids it is low there and gases it is negligible. And when we consider the diffusion property solids, there we cannot tell there any diffusion, but we can say that less diffusion there, and in liquids more diffusion and gases high diffusion rate is there. And filling a container, solids and liquids do not fill the container in which it is taken, it will not completely fill the container, but gases will completely fill the container in which it is taken. So, this much is about the characteristics of all the three different states. I hope this much is clear to you. Thank you.